Stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. Namaskar, welcome to Next IS. I hope you are doing well. In this video, we will cover major headlines of the Hindu, Indian Express, and Press Information Bureau. So, without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. And your first article focuses upon role of the governor in legislature, and it is in the news because recently Supreme Court questioned Tamil Nadu governor about the delay in giving assent to 12 bills, which are mostly related to higher education and vice chancellor appointments. Now let's know more about it. So friends, governor is the highest office of the state under the constitutional framework of India, and Article 200 of the Indian Constitution gives the governor four alternatives. When a bill passed by a state legislature is presented, then governor can give assent, withhold assent, return the bill for reconsideration if it is not a money bill, or reserve the bill for the president's consideration. Here you must know that governor generally acts based on the advice of Council of Ministers, which was confirmed by the Supreme Court, and governor may withhold assent in rare cases such as with the private member's bill or when the government changes. They may also reserve bills for president's consideration if they are unconstitutional or conflict with the union law. And do you know friends, Sarkaria Commission recommended that the governor should generally act on ministerial advice except in rare cases of unconstitutionality, and the Panchi Commission also suggested that governor should decide on the bills within 6 months, but these recommendations have not been implemented. The issue of politicization of governor's office has been raised with calls for reform or even abolition of the post. Some have suggested that chief minister should be consulted before appointing governors. Next article is related to ad hoc judges, which are temporary judges who are appointed for specific case or a limited period of time. And it is in the news because recently Supreme Court allowed high courts to appoint retired judges as an ad hoc judges to help address the backlog of criminal cases. These ad hoc judges can only hear criminal appeals and must be part of the bench led by a sitting judge. The court also relaxed previous rule that limited such appointments to high courts with judicial vacancies exceeding 20%. Here you must know that ad hoc judges are appointed under Article 224A of the Indian Constitution with the consent of both retired judge and the president. Now the Supreme Court also set a limit of 10% of high court sanction strength for ad hoc appointments, and each high court can have 2 to 5 such judges. And there have been few instances of ad hoc judicial appointments such as in Madhya Pradesh, Madras and Allahabad High Court. And do you know friends, Article 127 of the Indian Constitution empowers the President of India to appoint ad hoc judges to the Supreme Court. Next article talks about Demchok area, which is a remote village located in the southeastern part of Ladakh near the line of actual control between India and China. It comes under the administrative jurisdiction of Leh district, and it is in the news because recently Demchok has been opened as a part of India's battlefield tourism initiative. This initiative is run by Ministry of Defense, State Government and Ministry of Tourism. It covers 77 forward sites, including locations in Arunachal Pradesh, Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir and Sikkim. The initiative aims to boost tourism, connectivity and socio-economic development in border regions while maintaining operational readiness. And do you know friends, after a 4-year standoff, India completed disengagement at Demchok and Depsang plains, and now they have resumed patrolling in Demchok area. The disengagement aligns with India-China agreement which was announced in October. Next article is related to marine heatwaves, and it is in the news because in January 2025, marine heatwaves in Western Australia led to the death of more than 30,000 fish. Talking about marine heatwave, it is an extreme weather event and it occurs when surface temperature of a particular region of the sea rises to 3 or 4 degrees Celsius above the average temperature for at least 5 days. Now they have become longer, more frequent and severe, with studies showing a doubling of marine heatwave days between 1982 and 2016. The climate crisis is the primary cause as ocean absorbs 90% of the excess heat from global warming, and this has led to rising sea surface temperatures which intensifies marine heatwaves in regions like Western Australia. Talking about the impact, it is devastating for marine life, causing fish kills and coral bleaching and the destruction of kelp forest. Next article focuses upon Bali Jatra festival, which is an annual festival in Cuttack, and it celebrates the maritime trade and cultural exchange between Odisha and Southeast Asia, particularly Bali. It is held on Kartik Purnima and it marks the departure of seafaring traders to the Indonesian islands. The festival features grand fairs, rides, food and dance, with women performing Boita Bandana ritual, where women float lighted boats on the Mahanadi river. It is organized by the Odisha government's Department of Culture and Tourism. Now, the fifth joint working group meeting between Ministry of Defense of India and Spain was held in New Delhi, and both sides reviewed the ongoing bilateral defense cooperation activities and discussed the plans for multiple joint activities, including the maritime domain. And they also agreed to focus on close collaboration in defense, particularly in technology and armament production areas. So, with this, let's conclude today's discussion. Thanks for listening, and for regular updates, you can follow us on various social media platforms.